Two kids from the same streets, same classrooms, same early mornings, but the paths we chose were nothing alike.
Life is full, it's rewarding, but it's so much different than I ever thought it would be.
It's one thing to run a company, it's another to hold it together while your body breaks and the numbers don't add up.
These last 6 years have been like a movie. Really high highs, really low lows.
Friendships like this, they only survive because they cut deep and because the truth gets said even when it hurts.
The true friends kindly care and tell you what they know you need to hear, not to shame you.
This isn't a success story, it's a survival story.
So, welcome to the Hatch Point. Today's going to be a special one. I'm Jared Hatch, and I'm sitting down with an old friend, Bradyn Meadors, someone I've known since we were teenagers back in the good old days, and we were trying to figure out who we were and where we fit in this world. Bradyn and I, we went to high school together, and we've just known each other for a super long time, and it's wild to look at where life has taken us since then. Bradyn now is the COO of Ultimate Contour, a medical device company, and he's visited over 200 clinics, driven major growth in the aesthetic space, and lives and breathes wellness lifestyle. And he teaches this to everyone he meets. And me, you guys already know, we're building Medspas and we're coaching clinics to grow. So hence why we probably talk quite a bit. We're in the same world. So today you guys are going to be not just learning about my great friend Bradyn and all that he has to share, but we're going to be talking about business. Two guys who grew up together in the same framework, walk different paths, and now are reconnecting to talk about what it really takes to live well, lead with purpose, and build something that actually aligns with our values. We'll get into some fun stories from the early years, dive deep into the lessons from the grind, and talk about redefining success in business and in wellness and in life. Let's jump in. So Bradyn, we've known each other a long time, and it's been a ride on each of our lives, and we've been able to watch that ride. I don't know, we were just chatting about old stories. Like, did you ever think this is the place that we'd be ending up?
No, I think if the 16-year-old me was here, he would probably just want to know how often I go snowboarding. And it seems pretty irrelevant right now. Juggling a couple jobs and 3 kids. Life is full, it's rewarding, but it's so much different than I ever thought it would be. So
When you say life is full, it's rewarding, I think of what that statement meant to me when I was 16, 18, 22, and when life was full and it was rewarding, what those things were that made it full and rewarding. And then I think of what you just said about, we got all these things to tend to and the family and this, and now it's full and rewarding.
Yeah.
But the 18-year-old me, I don't think it would have thought that was full and rewarding.
yeah, he was already happy, right? Like he already had the stuff he needed. He had some social life. We had lots of surfing and skateboarding and snowboarding and friends and sports. And that was full too. I remember days where I would study and be fully engaged in school, then have a track meet and then have a roller hockey game right afterwards. I'd get home at 9 o'clock at night after hanging out with my girlfriend also. That sounds pretty sweet to me too. But it's different, right? You grow. Like my target is changed. What fills you up is going to be different when you're 18 versus 39. Now I'm 39. I'll be 40 next year.
Yeah.
And I don't feel that. I still feel really young, but I'm definitely not going to just fill my schedule like that anymore. I got to get work done. This is our block in season for sure.
Yeah. Like the thing that we're aiming at, actually, that's something I wanted to talk about tonight, but knowing where you're aiming and then checking in that where you're aiming is still where you want to be aiming.
Yeah.
Cause like for me, that has shifted quite a bit, from 5 years ago to 5 years ago before that. Well, before we jump into that though, we were chatting a second ago about a story where we were in high school together and we went to early morning church seminary. It was like 6 a.m.
Yep.
Yeah. And so we go to church at 6 a.m. before high school, and then we go to school. So I think Bradyn picked me up, and we're going to early morning seminary, and had just dumped a bunch of snow, a mountain high, which is like 2 hours north of where we lived in San Diego. And we're like, we should go snowboarding today. But neither of us had money, and I don't think we had jobs at the time. No, I had just finished a job at Wild Animal Park. I had a check. That's right. We're talking about this. $19.38. So I'm like, well, I got that. And so we leave seminary and we go home. Do you remember all this?
Yeah, we snuck into our
No, we
houses
snuck in
and we quietly grabbed all of our gear.
while our parents were home.
Yeah, we're like 16, like tops.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, we barely had the resources to
Yeah.
even do it. I remember being pretty hungry on that trip. Like,
Oh, yeah. And so, yeah, it's right. We were hungry. Yeah, we didn't have money. And so we had enough money to get there. We get there. This is the part I forgot that I actually am not proud of. We did not have enough money for lift tickets.
oh, that's right.
but
Yeah,
we
we didn't.
still rode. And then we're like, well, we got to drive home. And so we
Yeah.
so we drive home with no gas, and we're like, we'll figure it out. So we just like stopped at the gas station and we're like, hey, we have no money. Do you guys have any money?
Yeah, we just made it happen.
Worth
it.
But yeah, thinking of those times and then thinking, yeah, what made life feel alive back then
Mm.
and what makes life feel alive back like now.
Yeah.
And so to pair like that fun story into a really core topic that I think can be readdressed a lot is our core values and how those establish the way that we show up in the world and the way that we're tending to what we should be tending to. We were just talking about this.
Yeah.
Like,
I think a lot of the inner turmoil comes from that exactly because you have to change what lights you up. And, after you party for so long and after you snowboard for so long and you're chasing cheap dopamine, right? And it's our first big dose of that, being raised LDS, Mormon, in pretty strict households where we're not, we weren't allowed to, experiment with a lot of different things until we hit college age. But then you get flooded with cheap dopamine. We pretty much all do, right? And once that dies down, once you realize that that's a dead end road, you have to rediscover yourself and pick what you're actually shooting for. It's not just cheap dopamine. That's not going to get you anywhere.
yeah.
So a lot of us millennial guys, that's what we're dealing with. We're like, holy crap, I have to be 100% different all of a sudden. I have to pick something and stick with it forever or I'm toast. Because if you want those kids, if you want all the stuff that you want to have, cheap dopamine is going to kill all of it. It's going to steal all of it from your life. So,
Yeah. So I resonate with a lot of that, but the part where I'm like, and actually I read, it's fun how two things can be true at the same time.
Yeah.
Because I hear we got to pick something or you're toast. And it's like, well, no, but yes, you're right. Like if you're jumping around and you're always doing something new, you're never going to make it work.
Mm.
And the other side of me is like, but wait, we got to be able to like bend and mold.
right.
And so like, that is totally true. And life's just fun.
It is.
So what are some of the things that you're working on right now that you need to, that require this attentiveness? Like currently right now, you've been doing Ultimate Contour, COO of the device company for years now.
Yeah, like 4 years.
And then you guys, I know you were telling me you guys just got a ton of, you're closing a deal on a lot of funding and like really up-leveling the company and like transitioning into a new place.
That's right.
So what is it required to hold a role like that?
Yeah. So I'm literally preparing my body, mind, and soul for this because we just got more funding. We're redefining the whole industry. We have the best working device ever. It's a class 2 medical device. It burns fat instantly. You know all about it.
Yeah. So if you guys don't know, Bradyn's the COO at the Ultimate Contour device company. And the Ultimate Contour is what we built our business on and what we train clinics around the country to win with and pair with a lot of other things. And if we didn't know Bradyn and his company, we wouldn't be what we are. So yeah, if you don't know about Ultimate Contour, check it out. Back to you.
Yes. Jared, that's absolutely true. And I want to give Jared some props here too. Jared is a genius when it comes to marketing and making something work. So he took a technology that already worked brilliantly and he's built the most beautiful marketing ideas and sales tactics to get those high ticket packages sold. And if you know anything about med spas or medical practices in general, if you're not selling high ticket items with a good success rate, there's a very high chance that you'll go out of business. And that's what we're out here doing. We're showing people
Techniques.
how to be abundant. Yeah.
Techniques, not
Techniques.
not tactics.
Not tactics.
Yeah, just
Techniques. Yeah. See how specific he is? Thank you for correcting me. See, I can't even get his shit right. It's good. Jared's stuff is good. Like every time I hear more, I'm like, ooh, I want that. I'm stealing those words. But yeah, it's the only thing better than having a great long life friend like Jared is the fact that we get to work together too. Like I'm so grateful. Like this world is so magical, and our paths just keep just overlapping time and time again. Like this is round like 10 for us. And I just love him. I love him so much. He's one of my best friends. And it's been very, very fun to watch all the progress and also do business.
And
So
I can feel that in my body when you say that. Like my whole body, I can feel it everywhere. And it's because there's authenticity and there's history.
yeah.
And there's history that's had history that's been willing to be vulnerable with each other and willing to stand and say something to one another, vice versa, and then figure out where to go from there.
Yeah.
Where a lot of friendships, you have to tend to everyone's feelings above above everything else, where I think the true friends, and when you've known someone longer, it's even harder to do.
Yep.
But the true friends kindly care and tell you what they know you need to hear with love, not to shame you. It's like, bro, I do it too. And I don't think you see this. And I think anyone who I really love, they do that.
Yeah.
And so then when you say that, that's what I felt.
Yep. Yeah. All relationships are huge, right? Like if it's your wife, if it's your best friend, if it's your business partner, you have to cultivate trust. And you've got to be as honest as possible. And when they're going through different seasons, you got to give them a little space. Like you can't just assume you know a person. You have to get to know them and get to know them over and over again.
Because they keep changing.
Yeah. And you got to be okay when they give you negative feedback. You can't just be a little bitch about it. You got to be like, you know what? You might be right. Maybe I am being too strict or too crazy or too whatever in this moment. You just got to take a beat and go, you know what? This is a different perspective. I honor that and I hear that. So thank you for different perspectives. Because Jared and I, our brains work different. We're different people. I know we look exactly alike, but we're actually very different. And I learned so much from him, and I hope he learns from me. So, doing this podcast and getting filming again is great. Our original productions were us, 14, 15 years old snowboarding. And Jared would spend hours editing those videos and he loved it, dude. They're so funny.
I love that you brought this up. We're for sure going to find a highlight reel from that edit frontin'. Because Bradyn, I think it was his 16th birthday.
Yeah.
We went to Mount
Hood.
And, we created havoc. So I wanted to kind of like roll in what you currently have into this topic.
Yeah.
Because when we go from being a great person to I want to be a great person, I want to do great things. And when I take on more, it makes me learn more.
Yeah.
The aligned life really becomes a requirement, or this doesn't work. Like you will get kicked out of the seat until you decide to take care of this.
Yes.
And so what's been like probably one of the biggest things over the past few years that's just slapped you in the face, and you took the slap, kind of like you were just saying.
Yeah.
And you received the gift, and like, what has it transformed you into? So that was two questions in one, but like starting point and transformation.
Yeah. So these last 6 years have been like a movie, but like really high highs, really low lows. I've got constant kids happening. I've 3 of them now, 7, 4, and 2 years old, Adeline, Evie, and Colby James. And they're the cutest, best kids in the world. But having kids back to back to back takes a huge toll on the wife, obviously. Chelsea found out that she had Lyme disease during that and got Bell's palsy twice. Another coincidence was Jared, suffered from the same thing, and I got to be with him through that experience. And now I'm being with my wife trying to help her get through that because she still has Lyme flare-ups. And on top of that, I've been running companies and there's been really high highs and low lows. And I've worked with my dad. That's been absolutely painful for the most part. It's good too. Like, we're friends and we made it through, but you know what they say.
I'll add to this.
Don't work with your family, right? That adage is true.
But so similar experiences, different paths.
Yeah.
So when you are a perfectionist, a high producer, maybe you haven't found the way to get the thing you want, but you still want it and you're consumed mentally by it to be the best. We tend to sometimes be a side of us that can be abrasive and less caring viewed to the world, and maybe a little less caring or like not as polished. So I was for sure that. And getting sick helped me see things I could never see.
Yes.
And so I think about what you just said, and you too were that.
Oh yeah.
And you had the flip side where it was like, oh, you have to figure out how to help someone else and deal with this in a whole different version. And watching your transformation, like, you've always been a great husband, but the man you are now to your wife and the way you tend to your children at 4 p.m., it's kid time. You get this time block.
Yep.
Like, bro, every time I hit you up, like, past 4, with the kids.
Yep.
This is a time block. And so you hit your core values and you don't let it falter. And that's why you are the way you are now.
Yeah.
And this is likewise for me. But the reason I bring this up is it's just fun to hear you talk about your evolution, because so many of us, especially us talking about wellness, either got into this due to wanting to heal people or we ourselves had to get healed.
Yep.
And that ultimately is the business we're in. And when you focus on that aspect of the business while tending to what the business needs from it being a business, that's the winning ticket. That's the roadmap to become the ultimate thing in whatever community you're in or go in a roll up. It's not how do we make more revenue? It's how do we help each other? And how do we make sure we're following our data and making money too? But like, the ultimate goal is how do we help all the humans live around here? And the reason I want this whole circle back is that is something that you have always done magnificently.
Thank you. Yeah, I agree. I try to take care of the people around me.
Yeah.
I always try to invest a good amount, right? Because at the end of the day, you can audit what you're doing. If you're just spending all day being busy's not necessarily good. It's more about your focus and where you're choosing to invest. In your kids, that's a no-brainer, right? Like hitting the gym for an hour a day, that's another easy win, right? And taking care of your community, that's going to give back. People are going to see you investing and they're going to give back. One of the things that I like to think about is BNI. So I've been to some BNI meetings lately to drum up some business. And that's exactly the philosophy, is you're not going to get anything until you start giving to the community. And then the floodgates open and it's exponential. And it's this in-person relationship stuff that's so important. But you got to put your kids and your wife first, kind of, while also making sure you win at business, because that is providing. If we don't do that, we're done for, right? You can't just sit at home and eat Cheetos and play video games. You're not going to have money to survive, right? And that's the pressure we all feel. So we have to come into our power and protect our family. It's like being a good hunter. Like, if you can't figure out your business and that at the same time, the pressure's on. You've got to do, we feel like you got to do everything. You really do. But you got to do it with joy, right? And that's was one of the things we were talking about earlier today, is like, okay, action audit for the day. How many things are you doing in the day that are just literally stealing your soul and your energy versus the ones that are adding to it? And it's a choice. It's a choice.
The last part there is super important.
Yeah.
Because it's 2-part. What's stealing my soul, my joy, and what is required that I must be done or someone else does it, and how do I stop this perception where I allow this to steal my joy?
Yeah.
So if I'm going to have to do it, how am I going to do it? And then if I don't want to do it, can someone else do it for me?
Or am I just following a story in my head about how I have to do it because of A, B, and C?
Yeah.
Me personally, because of my childhood trauma, I'm learning, I'm fixing a lot of this stuff, but it's still there. Almost all of us have it. And mine is people please it. Because I grew up in a situation where I wasn't allowed to express myself, and I was always worried about a blow up. So I was always sacrificing what I wanted and needed to say and express for them. And that's bled into my professional career to where I try to people please everyone, right? So that's what I catch myself doing. I go, you know what? I got to put myself first. I got to put my family and kids first. I can't just say yes to everything. And a lot of people have that. So if you're not tough enough and if you're not putting yourself first, who are you really serving?
Yeah.
You're not in choice.
So it's so fun when everything just circles together. So core values, trauma, ways we act that we don't want to act that take us out of alignment with who we truly are.
Mhm.
What I have found is core values trump it all. And when they are identified and accounted for and attended to, like where's my data? What's my KPIs right now?
Yeah.
On my core values. So I have 5, but I probably lean on the 3 top. For me is family, and for me with family, it's kids and it's my kids. And then right below my kids, it's my family that circles my kids. So my ex-wife, she's a part of that, tending to make sure that she's okay. My parents, my children, not my children are at the top. And then one day when there's a new woman in my life, she'll be up there in that top circle. That is one of my core values, and it is the top one. Then next, for me, they sit right by each other, all 3 of these, and nothing is elevated above each other.
Yeah.
These 3 are in the same placement of needs. And the reason for that, I'll get into next. So the next one is living an aligned life, living an ascended life. So intentional curiosity that never ends to drop the ego and find out and remember who I truly am.
Yeah.
And whatever is pushing towards that, then it's allowed. And if it's not allowed. And then third is business and creating massive impact for society. That is fun to create.
Yeah.
And if I'm allowed to do all 3 of those at the same time, like maybe not in the same minute all the time,
Triple dip, whatever you can.
but if all I'm doing is building business and I never hang out with my kids, then now business is no longer dope and it's taking.
Yeah.
And so they all have to be. And so when that's happening, the people pleasing or the traumas, they can get trumped out, because if I sense a people pleasing, I'm like, well, but even if I want to please right now, does this fit in loving my family? And so it's much easier to like diminish these stories.
Definitely. Yeah. It's a really big topic, because you're either running from something out of fear and you're trying to like people please, you're afraid of somebody blowing up, or you're afraid of, being broke, or you're afraid of being judged, or you're afraid of being humiliated. So you're operating out of fear and you're running away from the monster, or you're being pulled towards your calling, right? So you have to know what that is. And you just said yours. You want to have all 3 of those impacts at the same time. So if you're being motivated and pulled towards that, instead of the fear of like, oh, what if I fail, this and that, that's an up spiral. You're getting pulled to where you want to be. That's your vision. You have to visualize it. Your imagination is everything. Because if you can imagine it and think big enough to like make that person who's triple dipping 10 hours a day, everything's getting satisfied, you'll go to bed electrified. You're not going to go to bed drained. And none of us are going to start there, right? Most of us are going to start working jobs we don't want, and you got to work your way up. So every single day, you're getting more net positive activities on the board until eventually you're a rock star, right? And that's what we all want to be. We don't want to be old and unrealized talent, unrealized dreams. That's real suffering, is waking up one morning and you're 68 and you're like, oh shit, I'm a loser. Like I did not do I didn't write a book. I didn't do this with my kids. Like we only went on 1 vacation a year. Like I stressed and overworked on a job that didn't even end up paying me very much at all, right? You don't want to be that person. And you have infinite tries in this life.
As you're saying that, I'm thinking of like what it takes when you're in a spot where it's not fun. And let's say like it's the lowest transition you had your whole life. You're transitioning to a new stage. It's never been this low before.
Yep.
In this moment, you can go anywhere. You can do anything. I lost my train of thought.
No, you're good. Here, I'll help you out. Like for me, when I think about like the worst days of my life,
about what to do at the end of that line.
Yeah.
Or you're gonna need to carry it because what are you just talking about?
So I was talking about how you don't want to wake up at 70 with unrealized dreams of potential. Like if you're not triple dipping all the time, you're gonna wake up at some point like that and you'd be like, oh man, I should have tried harder, or done this better, or I should have just relaxed more. I should have just relaxed more. I should have stayed in touch with this person.
So I love that you said that, because when I think about, it's not even that we find out how to get there. It's while you're aiming to get there, you become this thing. And if you never become it, then you're this other thing.
Yeah.
And so, it's literally all connected so deeply, like the Men in Black scene where he pulls the marbles out and it's like all the worlds, like it's everything. It's almost like this giant thing is a cell and we're in someone else. Like everything we do all works together. And that's why business, family, and life is so fun. Because the more you lean into everything you love and tend to it like you would tend to your flock or your fields so you can survive.
Yes.
And you put love into it, it gives you love back.
Yes. Yeah. And that leads me perfectly to one of my favoriteest books ever. Michael Singer, Untethered Soul at Work, or in the Workplace, something like that. Freaking brilliant. Because what he says is there is no secular life in spiritual life. There's no division. We grow up thinking, oh, hey, I'm going to go be an accountant and I'll be Mr. Business Man from 9 to 5. And then I'll get home and all of a sudden I'll be, a party fun guy, or I'll be a spiritual guy. And there's two different lives. No, you are at work to be spiritual. Every time your phone rings, that's an opportunity from the universe saying, knock, knock, knock. You in there today? This other human needs to do business with you and communicate with you. Is your mouth and brain and soul and heart working? Or are you just not going to show up? Are you going to let that thing go to voicemail?
If you're getting 5 solicitor calls in the same day and they're all dicks, it's time to look in the mirror and think about how you're showing up that day.
Yeah.
Because the universe is gifting you all day these things and you're like, nah.
Yep.
And then you're like, oh, this is true too. Because from experience.
And here's how you get out of it. So let's say you've got 5 guys call you and they're just shitty salesmen, just cold calling. They're doing a bad job. Be cool about it. Shoot the shit with them for real quick and then get rid of them. Because eventually the universe will learn that that's no longer one of your buttons.
Yeah, and so my
but then we
button
get to the
is
next
slightly different,
next level.
but you're right, because my button went away on that. And my response now is 0 feeling. I feel nothing. Hello? Hey, this is a sales call? Yeah, real quick. Hang on one sec. Hey, man, thanks so much for calling. Will you put me on the do not call list and never call this number again? Thanks. Bye.
Yep. I've literally heard
and it doesn't bother me, but it used to like, bruh.
I know. Yeah.
And like,
I bring that Jerry too.
Take my time, bruh, me. How dare you take my time?
Oh,
you did not ask for that.
See, and that's why Jerry's one of my favorites, because no matter what stage of life he's in, he's always really colorful. So if he's outraged or if he's laughing at something or if he's like really engaged, he's really engaged, right? He's not showing up halfway. Like he's going to be really enraged, or he's going to be like so laughing.
Or if I show up halfway, I'll show up really halfway.
And now the new Jared, I don't see the new Jared blow up to like almost at all.
Yeah, it's true.
So like, it's way different. Like we used to hang out. I'm like, oh man, I wonder what's going to piss him off today. This is going to be fun to watch, right? Like something's going to happen. He's going to get pissed.
I have similar things to say about you, but thank you. Well, as we were talking about core values and just like what it takes to really live in this world and live the way we want to. And if you're owning a business, you can't skirt these edges.
No.
But in the aesthetic world and in med spa space and medical space, especially cash-based clinics, core values, man, that's hard to find. I would say I can always spot it, but most of the time I'm spotting something else.
Yeah.
And it's all about some transaction, some ridiculous deal that I know is not a deal.
Mm.
And it's just gross.
Yeah.
And so what I think is I watch you guys do and lean into is being integral and it'll work.
Yes. And that's exactly how I've survived the evolution of Ultimate Contour. I've put relationships and ethics first, and now I'm getting rolled into every single project. I'm getting raises. I've been the chief executive officer chief operating officer, COO for over 4 years. And, I was swinging above my experience, right? So it was a reach. I was growing and stretching. But now I fit into the position perfectly, and we're about to launch. And it's because of the relationships that I've kept alive. I've got a lot of my business partners, and a lot of people go, you're doing business with them? Like, they're hard to handle, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, they are hard to handle. But guess what? That's where the secret sauce is. If I hold on to this relationship and nurture it for long enough, it's going to turn into something. And sure enough, just about 2 years in, every single one of those relationships turns into something huge. Whether it's a few sales, whether it's a huge marketing thing, like, you just got to give people a chance and be authentic with them and nurture them so they grow and they'll produce for you. So that's what I've learned. But yeah, ethics first, man. Like, if you don't have that in good relationships, it's a non-starter. It's not going to go anywhere.
Yeah. And one thing from watching your experience, and I have my own experience before Medspa space, is when ethics matter, paying attention to entanglement and who else has their hand possibly on the wheel who can affect the ethics, because we put so much time and like thought into building a thing, and when it can be derailed, like almost like a divorce in business, it's really scary. So it's important to not wait for those trauma points. Because I can't sell something, or I can't offer something that I am not 100% sure that it's good. Because as soon as I lose that's like locked in, there's a hole in the boat, I can't convey the message anymore. I can't convince them or help them convince themselves because I'm not convinced.
Yep. Absolutely. And I see the same thing in aesthetics companies all over the place. Like, I like to promote a few different products. And one of the things that I look at is not only does the product works, but who has their hand on the wheel. Are they going to turn this thing into the wall? Like, even if you have the best product in the world, if your leadership is crap or they've got ethics issues, guess what? It's going to crash eventually. And that's what I love about, let's see, Blue Scorpion. My buddy Harut.
This is it's snake venom?
Almost.
Frog venom.
Blue Scorpion venom.
Blue Scorpion.
It's in the name. It's literally, but yeah, so it's Blue Scorpion venom mixed with poison ivy mixed with bee venom. And I swear it works. I've gotten rid of 40 of my daughter's warts. We applied it topically and they were gone within 30 days. And then I healed my shoulder.
Can this also be used for ED enlargement? You just rub it all over?
You know what? You could try, Jared. I'm going to give you a vial and report back.
What does it do? That was a joke.
I know. No, I don't. That's not what it's used for. Okay. Totally off subject. Here's what it does. It kills inflammation like crazy. So think about it. Poison is a very, very concentrated substance, right? And it's going to clean out your blood. It's going to clean out your arteries, right? And it's going to reduce your inflammation so low that some people are curing unbelievable things with it.
How do they get it into the body? What are the ways? Like, is it by mouth? Is it like injected?
It's mostly by mouth. So you squirt 2 milliliters under your tongue twice a day. And if there's like a topical issue, you could put it on your skin. But yeah, results pretty quick. Not at all. Nope. It's kind of like water. It tastes really similar to water, a little bit thicker. But
so like let's say Cambo was Oxycontin and Blue Scorpion was Tylenol. Like a cleanse poison?
Different.
Oh, different. Okay.
Yeah. So this is going to lower inflammation. I have done Cambo.
Okay.
Yeah, no, camo is way more extreme. I think it's working on different levels for sure.
Okay.
But it is poison, and you see how we derive things from poisons, from funguses, all that stuff.
Mhm.
Harut's, he's got the rights to the blue scorpion venom for the next 100 years, and you can only find it in like Cuba or something like that. And he's selling them for $400 per bottle, and he should be because it's working. I've talked to multiple clinics that are selling these bottles like crazy, and they're helping people reverse all sorts of stuff. Um, yes, I'm trying to heal all sorts of people. So I've done deals with him and gotten some bottles so I could do my own test studies. 100% successful so far.
That sounds rad.
So
What else?
it is rad.
What other cool things are you working on?
Lots of stuff. So
What's your other top favorite?
another big one is SilverCeuticals.
SilverCeuticals.
Yes. So they're a Utah company.
I'm not
They
gonna
make-
ask if that does ED.
No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. We'll get to the ED one if you want to, Jared. We'll get there. We'll get there. So, and that's the fun thing about like all this stuff right now. There's so many different options, right? Like before you're like, oh, you got ED, you're shit out of luck. Now we're like, oh, we got 50 things for that. You know, like
What is
from the
SilverCeuticals?
vices
Is
to-
this?
yeah.
I kind of want to. No, I just want to know what it does.
Yeah.
I was gonna take a guess at it, but
So it's just silver, liquid silver.
okay. So it is like the
Yeah.
hydrochloric silver.
Toothpaste, topicals, just orally, tinctures. They have all the different silver, colloidal silver stuff.
Okay, cool, bro. So send me info on this later today,
Uh-huh.
but tell me like what is the main reason like our clinic would bring that on? I could think of it as if you are a wellness clinic who provides Western medicine, which we do, tech, it makes sense to provide all the other things that work too.
Yeah.
And from a Lyme healing story history, that from my own personal story, colloidal silver is a game changer.
It is.
And I've only used it as a mouth spray.
Right. Yeah, I've got the toothpaste form, which is great. I had the kids' gummies. So there's gummies now. Like the world is different now. Like you and I, we used to have to go hunt these things down and figure out if it was good, figure out if it's organic, this and that. Now there's so many options. That's why wellness and biohacking and fitness, all this stuff is blowing up, and it should be because we have better devices and better supplements than ever. Like we can literally cure stuff now.
One thing when you say that, I think of how are people going to know what to choose?
Yep.
They're going to need like key players that are trusted advocates who like people have leaned on. Cause I would agree there wasn't a lot 10 years ago when I was dealing with my Lyme.
Yep.
8 years ago. And now there's so much, which is great. And then it almost feels like I could have like, too many options. Like I don't know what to choose.
Yep. That's health and wellness, right?
Yeah.
Like we know exactly what we're talking about, right? Because there are some snake oil salesmen out there. Like think of supplements. Supplements have a really bad rap because half of them were not good, and they were marketed as being good, right? And the new economy now is influencers and personalities. So you find a personality that you trust, whether it's a doctor, whether it's this, whether it's that, and they're always going to have something they're recommending to you. So it's built on trust. That's our new paradigm here in the world is, it's not just good marketing anymore because trust is broken. Trust is at an all-time low. So what we're doing is we're following these small cap influencers. We're following local people. We're reading books, and we have to do our own research, right? You don't go to the doctor going, hey, what should I get, doctor? And he's just going to give you his prescription.
Right.
It's probably going to be wrong. Like if you're going to the doctor, please, for the love of God, do some research first, or you're going to go in there and they're going to work you over for the most part, unless it's a really trusted doctor. It goes back to trust again. It's like, who is this guy? Does he have my same values? Does he believe in organic stuff? Does he believe in just surgeries and medications and very traditional Western stuff? Or does he have Eastern practices mixed in? Does he have a full scope? Or is he just a dentist? And I've seen dentists with full scopes now. So the world is changing. Like I've seen fully holistic dentists that do everything. So it's getting wild. Things are getting really fun.
It is. Yeah, I think it's those who want to know what's the best for them, they will figure it out. And those who aren't even paying attention will be in the category they were in before.
Yep.
Yep. So it's been a grind getting to this point for me, and I've watched you grind. Like how is this role you've had and roles before shaped you, and like what what would you tell someone right now who's just in it?
Mhm.
And you might come back to this too, but like,
Yeah.
what would you tell them if you were, go back to when
Mhm.
you were in it? How
Mhm.
would you talk to someone right now?
Right now, because of the books I'm reading, I would say to audit your actions and audit your minutes and be religious about it.
That sounds like Dan Martell.
Yeah, it probably is. Yeah, I've been reading some of him. I'm reading Mel Robbins.
Is it buy your time back?
Buy Your Time Back.
Buy
Yes.
your time back.
Yeah, so he talks about that a lot.
Yeah.
And he's great. His Buy Your Time Back book, excellent. Another great book recommendation, like top shelf. And what they say is stuff that we already know, but it's hard to do, right? So it's the same as like tracking your calories and tracking your food. If you can look at your day and be super honest about everything you're doing and how much money it's making you, how much energy it's costing you, how much soul sucking it's doing, is it giving me energy or is it taking energy? Like, because this right now, this is great. I could do this all day. This is fun for
Mhm.
me. I'll go home all
But
jazzed.
if we did it all day,
It
we
would be
wouldn't
kinda
be in alignment to the other things we care about too.
It could switch. If you do something too long, it could switch. So you have to be honest with yourself and say, okay, am I net positive? Am I net negative? And then find your convictions, just like you were talking about. In your mind, you should have a vision of yourself and you're working towards that.
And
it's
you're
going to be a
ever
net
polishing
positive.
that.
Yeah.
So that vision of yourself should not just stay that.
Mhm.
Like I love what you said around the data.
Yeah.
So at work, if you have a job and you want to make more money, if you know what you need to do to make more money, you make
Mhm.
more money. If you own a business, there might be a few more things you got to do. Like we got to make sure this happens. How much are we spending on ads? How many clicks are we getting? Are they converting? Are those conversions turning into sales?
Yeah.
And then like, what else are we doing? What else is time going into? Are we creating more LTV on these patients? Are we tracking any of this?
Mhm.
Or are we just trying to make money? And then you take that into your life and your time and just everything you're doing. If you don't track it, like what do they say? Whatever's not tracked.
Can't be improved.
Yeah. If you don't track it, can't improve it.
You can't improve it. Yeah. And for me, it's a lot about thinking of, am I doing these actions out of fear? Or is this actually pulling me towards my highest self?
Mm-hmm.
So when you do that audit of your tasks, think, okay, what's the driving force under this task? Give it a category. Oh, this is a highest self task and it's making me a lot of money and it's critical. Oh shit, well, that's a triple dip.
Yep.
That's a good one. I'm keeping that
Your
one.
highest leverage task.
Yeah.
Start of the day.
Or like what you said before this is like, I don't want to take the memory cards and go put it on
No.
the computer and then bring those memory cards. That's a whole hour wasted. Good. I'm glad you recognize that. Cut it
If
out.
I'm going to drive
to an
home
employee.
to get something, I'm staying home.
Yeah.
I'm not coming back here.
And for me, for Ultimate Contour, I like speaking. I like being on stages. I like doing my demos. I like going to expos and I like getting my sales done. But I don't ever want to do cold calls again. Like
Okay.
I'm not doing any of that bottom work anymore. And that's why I recorded a really good training video because I've said those same words hundreds of times. Like I could say those words in my sleep now. Like, okay, yeah, we're doing this, the motion, we're going this fast. This is how you take the camera pictures. This is how you do the measurements. It is absolutely useless for me to keep saying those words. Like it's asinine. It's the definition of insanity. I'm doing the same thing millions of times. Anybody can say it. So now when I do trainings, I go, hey, you know what? We're going to do a training, but you've got to watch my content first. There's like 20 minutes of stuff for you to look through. You got to watch the videos. If you show up without that stuff, I'm going to reschedule. So you've got to respect yourself. And for me, that's the hard part because I'm trying to people please. I'm like, oh, you didn't watch it? Oh, it's okay. I'll sit here and abuse my vocal cords for 20 minutes for you. Fuck that. Pardon the French, but no, I'm not doing that anymore. Go watch my recording, please. Have some respect for me and my time.
So what would be the simple form that we would tell someone if, they're in the deepest hole ever and they're climbing out right now?
Yeah.
Sounds like it would be dig in and be grateful that the universe is giving you this now.
Yeah.
Because this is the time.
Yeah.
That's the calling. It'll be back if you don't want it.
Mhm.
But figured like it's staring you in the face.
Mhm.
You were saying earlier too, if we were compared to work, and I was hearing, so like if you got your task list and there's all these things and there's like these are the highest leverage point, medium, these go to the team. And you get a bunch of things done here and a bunch of things done here. And then these one things stay there for like another day and then another day and another day. And like another one ends up and it's kind of like it. Kind of like what I was showing you a second ago.
Yep.
And it's like, oh, those are the tasks I hate.
Yes.
And so it's not just figure out how to get through the tasks you hate. It's figure out why do you hate it and what about this rubs you wrong? Because the rubbing wrong feeling is the magical piece to up-level you in the business.
Yeah. So what I would say to somebody who's going through it is I'd say first, stop and breathe and just remember that like stress is going to come and go always. So just be yourself first. Like go to the gym, go for a walk, go in nature. Like just fucking breathe. Don't be so dramatic, right? We're all so dramatic. Us humans are just running around with our hair on fire and that's not helping anybody. Just stop. So that would be step number one is just stop. Have a bunch of breaths, go for a walk, just chill, dude. And step two is use your imagination, right? So think about the situation you're in and imagine the situation being just 100% perfect of what you want, like 100% perfect, and work towards it, man. You know, if your boss doesn't respect you, you know, do the things that you need to do to keep your job, right? But then start putting your foot down slowly. Like, hey, you know what? I'm not doing package deliveries anymore. Hey, you know what? I'm not doing inbound calls anymore. Sorry, I'm too good for that. Give me something else. So slowly you work yourself towards that life that you've always wanted, and they're going to respect you for that. Because before you weren't respecting yourself. And all humans are the same. We all do this. We think, oh, it's not my time. I've got to be good. I've got to, take directions from this and that person. No, you don't. These are all stories in your head. So you don't just wake up one morning, you're the person. But every day you put your foot down a little bit more until you've got that perfect situation where you're going home, you're like, oh, hell yeah, I finally did. I'm super close to what I was imagining 2 years ago. Like, this is dope. I'm getting everything I need. I'm working hard and it's fulfilling.
Guys, so when I hear that, I hear I am that I am.
Yep.
And so I must be I am that I am. So then we are that we are. And so when we put our foot down and we are all of us, we not only get more respect, but we tell everyone else as a lighthouse to remember to be more like this.
Yeah.
Because everyone's supposed to be doing it.
Yep.
In fact, everyone should own their own damn business.
Yep.
And we'll all just collaborate. It's possible.
Yeah.
Just speak to a lot of different businesses.
And that's fine. If you look at somebody super successful, that's what they're doing.
Yes.
And they're enjoying it. They're doing it with a big old smile on their face. It's because they've already walked down that road.
So they got it. And now they just get to be it. And that's why when you see them a lot, I used to have the pedestal thing. I'd put people on pedestals.
Yeah, so
now I just see someone who understands something that I want to understand more.
Yeah.
But I'm like, I just would love to know more about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like think about I always like kind of laugh because, poor people, normal working class people, they look at guys like that and they go, oh, why are they making books? Why are they doing this and that? It's because their journey was so fulfilling and they can see that it's possible for you too. And they just get high off of it. They go, dude, I could light a fire under someone else and help them have that same journey. And not only are they going to be less miserable, but they're also going to end up being successful. And they're also going to raise the entire frequency of the earth by just giving it to them. Like, it's free. Like, you can give someone a playbook and you can write a course. You could be an inspirational teacher. You could just mentor someone and you're raising the frequency of earth and you're helping them start their journey. We're all that powerful.
Yep.
Like, if you don't think you are, that's a wrong story. You are. We all are.
Yeah. It's already in us.
Yeah. If you want to be Oprah, you could be Oprah. You don't have to spray pest control for your whole life. You can get out of this, Chad. We are working towards our highest self. And if you want to do something, you can use your imagination and make that picture in your head and make it fucking happen, man. David Goggins, bro. Yeah. Just get her done, son. Just do it. Embrace the suck. If something sucks and it's suffering for you, good. Don't give that to someone else. That's your gift. Don't let somebody else fight your battle.
Yeah. What's your biggest suck moment that shaped you?
Oh, dude. Let's think. I've got a bunch of, Pokemon style suck moments in my head. um, but I think one of my biggest ones is just the up and down financial situation with being an entrepreneur, because we're putting ourselves out there. We're working hard. We're living from our soul. And if you're not coming into entrepreneurship with a ton of money or a bunch of backing, your ass is on the line every day.
Oh yeah.
And when you've got 3 kids, Jared's got 2 kids. We're both fathers, both, top 1% fathers, honestly. Like, we're awesome at what we do with our kids. But when you're an entrepreneur, everything's on the line.
Right.
And so I've run out of money multiple times. I've made tons of money multiple times. And I know that this is the way, right? This is the way to ultimate freedom, because I can't work for anyone else. That's not acceptable. My soul won't handle it. Every single task that I do will be a net negative energy activity as long as I work for someone else. So that's why Ultimate Contour is good, because I'm pretty much building the thing that I've built,
Yeah.
and I'm indisposable now.
Yeah.
So even though I don't own 100% of it, it's tied to me energetically. It is me.
And I would say there's different versions of entrepreneurship
Yeah.
that aren't less or more or anything. Like just going and starting a device company.
Yeah.
Round one, but like being the thing that pushes it through and being in a collaboration, it's the same thing. Like,
Yep.
Yeah, it's the same thing.
Yeah, I'm wearing all the hats.
Yeah.
I'm doing all, like, when we are successful, I get paid directly.
Yeah.
Right. So it's directly tied to my actions, and I can kind of pick and choose what I do now. So I'm working towards that highest version of myself, where I'm only on stages and I'm only doing one-to-many platforms, and I'm consulting people, and I'm doing just high-end sales only, not low end.
Mm-hmm.
I got to close a few deals a month, and they're all high end. These are all very rich, well-to-do doctors or influencers or really good business people that I want to be around anyways. Right?
Right.
I don't want to be selling $200 programs to Jack and Sally all day. No. The higher the ticket, the better. And the more influential people you put yourself around, the better. Because they're going to give game to you too. They're going to spread that knowledge, how to spark your stuff.
Mm.
So if you want your spark lit in your life, then follow your highest energy activities and follow those high energy people, because they're not pity partying around. They're not victim mentality. They're enjoying their suck and they're in bliss.
Yeah.
And they can show you how to.
Yeah. And those people aren't always available to hang out.
Nope. So if you're not doing business, you're probably not going to see them.
Yeah. Because
Yeah.
they're also doing what they love,
They're in choice.
both family and business.
Yeah.
So they don't do a lot of things unless it's involving the thing that they like.
Yeah.
And so a lot of our friends, we're either being parents or we're working.
Yep.
Yeah.
Or if it's a trip or like an event, it's got to be dope.
Yeah.
If it's not dope, then it's not hit.
Yeah,
It's
you
not
can't be
making the
there.
calendar. You can't do it. Right?
Well, this has been rad, man. And like, it's always fun to connect. I get to,
Mhm.
we used to hang out a lot more. Now we're so busy. I feel like I don't see you enough.
Yeah.
But as we wrap this up, I'll let you start and I'll add to it. But like, what would we tell a clinic owner who's like in their first 1 or 2 years, or you're thinking of starting? What's a mindset hack or some sort of speed bump that they're going to run into that we could help them forego?
Yeah. Well, first and foremost, I would tell them that most med spas of that nature are going to fail.
Mm.
It's because they don't treat it like a real business. They think it's just some social club or it's some vanity project. Like when I walk into a clinic, I can tell you in the first few seconds what's going on.
Yeah.
You could smell it. You could see it on the receptionist's face. You could see it everywhere. The energy is everywhere. It's palpable. So if you don't have a deep calling, and if you're not trying to serve people, and if you're not really in the industry like you should be, people are going to see that, and it's going to be really hard to get business out of them. So that'd be the first thing I'd say. The second thing I'd say is you need to have very clear protocols. You need to be intentional about what you're putting in your clinic, right? You can't just fill your clinic with nurses and MAs and expect it to work out.
Yeah.
There's very certain products that are working extremely well right now. Jared and I know what those are. Weight loss, sexual health,
And things are changing.
hormones, and it changes every year.
Contouring
Yeah.
and weight loss. 2 years ago, everyone knew about it. Well, hey, now everyone knows about it. Way more.
Yep.
Like everyone knows what Ozempic, semaglutide, and body contouring is. 100%. 3 years ago, 4 years ago, when we're calling it like, what is that? What does it do? You're gonna conjure me? You're gonna put a spell on me? What? Like, and so now the education piece we don't have to deal with. Now everyone's doing it.
Yep.
And so now what you said before is you must make sure your offer is treating the person in their wholeness and not just treating melting fat,
Yes.
because that's part of what you're giving.
Mhm.
And so when we first started, our main focus was more on melting fat, which
Yep.
will work, but you will not get where you want to go. You'll just be this thing that's
It
like
can't just be
kind of
that.
making money.
Yeah, it can't just be that. So think about just a relationship. Like you might get them in on a filler appointment, or maybe they come in for semaglutide. You can get a patient in for pretty cheap that much. You're not going to make a ton of money off of them, but you want to build that relationship to selling them a high ticket protocol, right?
Yeah.
Medical offices and med spas will live and die by their ability to sell high ticket items over and over and over again. It needs to provide value. It needs to be at least $2,000 or more in that range. It needs to work just really well. And you need to capture those reviews and that feedback on video testimonials. And you need to hit your socials. This is a in-depth business. If you're showing up to the party and you think, oh, I'm just not going to do socials, or I'm just not going to do this or that, you're going to fail. Like you're going to be gone within a year or two, like seriously, because the guy down the street's definitely doing it right. And Jared's doing it right. And he knows exactly how to do it. And that's why he's taught tons of clinics. I've seen his clinics just pop like crazy.
Yeah.
And it's because Jared's teaching them how to be an actual business owner and not a whiny little entitled, just, vanity project owner. There's a big difference. Your staff have to know how to sell.
Yeah.
You've got to have processes.
Yeah. This is a sales organization.
Yeah. You've got your marketing,
Life is
social media,
sales.
all of that.
And if you're going to be on someone's healing journey, body transformation journey, hell no, are you going to be invited into this vulnerable place where you're the ticket to help me with this thing that I want off of me?
Mhm.
I mean, that literally sounds like I just talked about trauma. I'm not even talking about fat. It sounds like I'm talking about getting trauma off of me.
Yeah.
And I don't even need to go any more depth on that. But what I mean is like, if you think they're going to sell themselves and then create the placebo effect for themselves, why did they even come in here? Obviously, they can't do that.
Yep.
They're here for help.
And they spent
So
money.
you must be the help, the best option, and they must understand that.
Mhm.
And so it's your responsibility to present that. Or if you're helping someone tighten their vagina,
Mhm.
I mean, you better make them feel comfortable.
Yeah. Yeah. That better be a safe place, right? That better set up some candles and some crystals. Like you got to really make them feel comfortable for that.
Turn
one.
up the heater.
Yeah. Special side room for that action. Yes. But sexual health and stuff is very important, and it sells great, right?
So what I heard, and I agree with Bradyn, is if you're doing it or gonna do it and you're not taking it serious, either figure out how, hire, or get out.
Yes. And what you said earlier is one of the main things that I teach my clinics, and I know you live by this too, which is, these people are coming in for help.
Yeah.
They've spent money. They've gone out of their way to solve this problem. They are here for us to talk them into it. They want us to talk them into it. But our employees are going to be afraid to do that.
Yeah.
Until you switch their mindset around. Hey, guess what? They want to be sold. When you're not selling them, you're not serving them.
Yeah. I've even framed it to where if you choose to wonder and then agree with your wonder, because obviously you don't have the facts, that they don't have the money, that they really need to go home and talk to their husband, which is a smokescreen, which means they didn't listen to enough of your words, so they don't know enough about it. And you're not going to give every person the full benefit of the doubt of the full presentation because you know it works, but you're going to bow out. they don't get the opportunity to actually choose if they want to do it because you allowed them to bow out without getting all the information. And so they might be stuck in this place where they decide to ask for help for another 5 years or till they die because you were scared.
Yep.
And so if you want to save someone money, help them not die by getting healthy. And so don't bow out.
Yeah.
And like have confidence in what you sell. And if you can't do that, we can help you. And if you don't want to, you can go work somewhere else.
Yep. And that circles back to, okay, am I doing something out of fear or am I living in my calling? And if your calling is to help people and help them live for a long time and feel sexy, feel healthy, all that stuff, you're going to go out of your way to help convince them. But if you're just afraid of being rejected and stuff like that, you're going to default to not pitching them.
Yep.
So if you have an employee who is operating out of fear because they don't want to be a salesperson and they don't want to be rejected, either train them or fire them.
Yeah. And then the next step from that, I would say, is hire with a job ad that's bringing in those kind of people.
Yes.
Yeah.
You're excellent at that. I've been watching your interviewing process.
Do that.
Yes.
Well, those are great tips, and implement 1 or 2 of them. Definitely going to help with your clinic. But if you guys are watching this episode, check out Bradyn. What's your Instagram handle?
I was at Bradyn Meadors.
At Bradyn Meadors.
Only one.
And then the only Bradyn Meadors.
Yes.
And then at Ultimate Contour. DM Bradyn. He can get you guys a deal on a device. You're going to need more because once you get one, you're going to fill up the books. And you're like, oh, we can't schedule more because we're so full. And this is true. I'm not selling you. You're going to need more. I don't know. I think we have 12. 11? Oh, we got a lot of them.
Yep.
And yeah, so hit Bradyn up. He's been a huge conduit to support what we're building here. Bradyn, thanks for coming on today. It was great to have you.
Yeah.
And until next week, thanks everyone for joining us today on the Hatch Point. We'll see you then.